So the question is, why did so many of the early Agile transformations fail? And I think a better question is just without the early part on it, right? Why do so many Agile transformations fail? Because the early ones failed for the same reason as they do now. And that's the people who are doing the implementation are not involved in the process of deciding what we're implementing. Right? That's why it fails, because your leadership decides we're going to do it this way, and everybody else goes, okay, but that's the wrong way, and suddenly they're resistive and unhappy because they feel like it's imposed upon them. If you know that old, if I'd been asked, I would have, right, said to do something different. And you get that through organizations, and it can be Agile transformations, it can be digital transformations, it can be just we're changing something, right? In that top-down command and control triangle model, alpha organizations, right, where you've got the people at the top are the ones making the decisions, and the people at the bottom are the ones doing the work, and all the decisions are made at the top, and we steer the rest of the organization based on those decisions. You're always going to get into that situation where the people that you need to do the stuff don't want to do it, because in this context they're smarter than you are. They have more information, they have more understanding, and they perhaps have more skills in that space. So they're the ones that should be involved in driving it. So I think there's been a lot of good work done by Open Space Agile, and specifically as well built on top of that, Open Space Beta, to allow methods, systems, a mechanism to be created, a practice to be created that allows you to involve everybody in the organization in making those decisions. If you involve everybody in the organization in making those decisions, then even though it might not be the decision that they would have made if they were sitting there on their own, right? Because they were involved in making that decision, they feel like their voice is heard, and if they feel like their voice is heard, they're more likely to get behind whatever the ultimate decision was, because it's a collective decision, right? Decentralization and democratization of the ideas. And then they'll be supporting and helping with the transition as you move forward, rather than getting in the way and hindering because they just don't care because you didn't ask me anyway. That's what I think is why Agile transformations fail. And I think it's just as true today as it was in the early days. It's just in the early days there was a small number of high profile Agile transformations, and today there's hundreds of thousands of Agile transformations going on.